Alright, so we are now looking at KC6, target A. Our 6A target is understand similarity in terms of transformation. Okay. In the coordinate plane. And our 6A.1, what we're going to do first is just identifying and naming points, lines, and angles. We have a lot of vocab for this first one. Okay. So the first thing is a point. And it's just a single point in space. So it looks like this, right? Here's my point, and I'm going to say that's A. And the name of this point is simply the letter A. So whatever letter is by the point, that's what its name is. Okay, so we call them names, just like you have a name. Okay. So then a line segment is two endpoints. So the two endpoints are just that points, and they are connected by a line. For example, something that looks like this. Right. There's one point here, one point there, and it's connected by that line. And the name of this is line AB, and it's very important to put this line above it. Important. Okay? However, I could also name this line BA. The direction does not matter. Okay? All right, then we have array. An array is a line continuing forever from one point. Okay? So if I have an array, I'm going to have my point here, and it's going to continue forever. And we usually have another point somewhere on the array so that we can name it, but it goes past that point, right, and keeps going. Okay, so the only difference is a segment stops, your array does not stop. Okay. And the name of this is A, B. And just like this was just the line done, and that's what we put over it, array has an arrow at the end of it. So we put A, B, and we put an arrow on top of it. I cannot call this BA, because it only goes in this direction, right? It doesn't go this way. So this one only has one thing I can name it. Okay, so then an angle. Oh, it's not jumping up. This is going crazy. An angle is I'm going to technically say the rotation. That does not start with a P. It's being weird. Between two rays or line segments that share an endpoint. For the most part, we will use line segments because we're going to be looking at angles inside shapes. Okay, so we're not really going to use rays that often. Okay, so for example, and again, this is nothing. That was a typo. Okay, the rotation between two rays or line segments that share an endpoint. Okay, so for example, if I have a line segment here, I'll name it A and B. I'm going to rotate this up and now I have another line segment A to C. They share endpoint A, right? Both of those line segments have an endpoint at A. Okay? The angle is actually this part here. It's the rotation. So that's really the angle there. Okay, so the angle is this space inside. The name of this angle there are multiple ways to name this angle. Angle A, just like the line is important, this part's important. If you miss that part, you're naming the point, not the angle. Okay? I can also name it, or with the 3 letters, and the middle point has to be in the middle. C to A to B. Or I could go backwards, B to A to C. Okay. So the sides of this angle are the line segments. So the sides of an angle are the line segments. So in this case, it's AB and AC. Okay, so every angle has 2 of them. The vertex is the shared endpoint. That's just point A. And again, if it's just a point, we don't write anything. It doesn't get a symbol. Okay? And we're not going to worry about measure right now. We'll do that later. Okay? One thing to be aware of is our vertex A is always in the middle of the name. So, if you know where your vertex is, you should be able to name it. Okay? It's either named by just the vertex, or the vertex is in the middle of the name. Alright. Moving on to our questions. Looking here, we're going to name the vertex and sides of each angle. Remember, your vertex is your shared point. So here's my shared, right? This is N and M, and this is L and M. My vertex is that middle point M. Just the letter M. My endpoints then are M to N. Or sorry, my sides, not endpoints. I'm going from M to N. And then my second side is M to L. Okay, so there's 2 sides, and there's 1 vertex. Sorry. Same thing with my second part. My vertex is the middle, right? The one they both have, so my vertex is the point D. And then my sides, there's two of them, going from D to E with a line, and then D to C with a line. Again, you need to have the lines over them. All right, example 2, name each angle in 4 ways. That's a lot of ways, but we'll get them all. Okay, 3 of them we've already seen in our other one, and then there's one other way we can name them that these have. So my first way to name an angle is just using the vertex. Angle D. Done. And again, that's my vertex. The other 2 ways are using the other endpoints, right? C to D to E, okay? Where D is my vertex and it's still in the middle, so I went from C to D to E. I also go the other way. If I have E, and then I go to that vertex D, and then I go, nope, to C. So angle E to D to C. Again, with all of these, that vertex is in the middle. The last way, which isn't very common, and we're probably not going to use it much, but we can use our angle on the number that's in the middle. We could also call this angle 3. If you notice in all of them, I put the angle symbol before any of my letters. So if you're naming an angle, you have to put that angle symbol first. Same thing here. I can call it angle F, because that's my vertex. I can start at, let's say, G, so angle G, and I'm going to go to F, and then follow the line to E. Or I can start at angle E, point E, go to F, following my line, and then go to G. Okay? So angle GFE or angle EFG, again, that vertex is in the middle. Or, again, by the number. This is angle 4. All right, example 3. Name all the angles that have V as a vertex. I'm going to name them the way using 3 letters. So here's my vertex, V. So I want to try to follow all the lines and do all the angles. So if I start at J to V, and then go to I. That was this angle here, right? I only rotated that far. I could also do angle. So then we have, right, if I start at H, I can go from H to V, and then go to I. Okay, so that's this angle here, right? I could name that angle in other ways as well, but we're not going to worry about that right now. And there's actually one more angle that if I combine these these two, right? I could start here and go all the way. So I'm going to start at J. I go to V because it's in the middle, right? And then I have to go to H. Okay, and that's going all the way through. Okay, so there's the 3 angles. Same thing here. If I start at D, and I go to V, which again is my vertex, and then I can go to E, that creates this angle here. I can start at F, go to V, and then go to E, which creates this angle here. And then same thing, I can go all the way across. So I could start at F, why not? I have to go to my vertex, V. And then I have to go to, right, all the way, to D. So that's this whole way across here. Okay? So those are the 3 angles that have V as a vertex. All right, that is it. Go ahead, start working on your activity.